Yo, what's up, folks? This Impact, and I want to take this time to welcome you all back to the Hurt Business 101. Let's get right into this video, man. Today's video, I want to address this ongoing saga between Ryan Garcia and Devin the Dream Haney. Let's get right into this video. Listen up, man. Before I get into the content, I just want to take this time to invite you. If you're not subscribed, go ahead down there, pause it, hit the subscribe button if you want more of this good boxing content. Also, I suggest you hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I drop new videos. Let's go. Listen up. I'm going to address two issues going on with this whole Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney situation. And that's one, the weight issue, and two, the positive PED test and all the information that everybody is speaking on. Let's go. First of all, the weight issue. We got people with no knowledge on the subject, haven't spent time in gyms, haven't spent time around fighters to really fully understand what the weight cut process goes like and what are some of the drawbacks to cutting weight and stuff like that. So they're speaking outside of their area of expertise. And they just basically speaking based on the fact of who they like. They want to say something to defend whoever they like. The reality is this. The three pounds is a big deal when it comes to boxing. However, I don't want to hear anything about the weight. I'm not going to spend no bunch of time talking about this weight thing because they knew he was 3 pounds over. They chose to get in the ring with him. They chose to accept the $1.5 million, $500,000 per pound. That's no news. We all heard him make that bet. Okay, so once you do that, whether it's your own arrogance, believing it don't matter what he does, I can still beat him, or whatever that is, you accepted it, so nobody cheated you. He disrespected the sport by intentionally not making weight. There's no way around that. But he didn't really cheat you in that aspect because you made a bet with him, you accepted it. You could have also said if you over 2 pounds, then it's no fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he would have been forced to lose everything down. Maybe he comes in just the 2 pounds over. But you basically just made the bet and then you stuck to the fight. So no excuses with the weight. But it does matter when you get down to those last 3-4 pounds and you trying to chop that weight off and you don't have to, versus a person who had to struggle to get those last pounds off. Or it has some physical advantages and disadvantages for both guys. Let's move into this PED stuff. Now, this is one thing that really gets on my nerves when it comes to boxing. We do got a lot of cheats in boxing. However, listen, one thing that kills me is people just starting to spew things that they heard, and then they start to come out with stuff they have no experience in. You know what I'm saying? We got people out here, content creators and fans alike, that don't know what it would even happen if you mix baking soda with vinegar in a jar. They don't even know what would happen with that. They have no knowledge on science whatsoever. Never spent 1 second in the lab. Haven't done thorough research. Just start looking up stuff after they heard about this situation. Speaking out like they some expert on PEDs. I know I'm not an expert on PEDs, but what I do know is what PED stands for. Performance enhancement drugs. They are not allowed because they enhance your performance. They give you abilities to do shit that you wouldn't normally be able to do. More power, more stamina, the ability to absorb more punishment, better recovery, all of these things. That's why they're not allowed, because you're supposed to come in there with what you got. Work your ass off the best you can. If something can allow you to be able to do more work, recover quicker so you can do more work again, have more strength, have more staying power, stamina, and all of these things, and be able to absorb more punishment and all of these things, then it's a performance enhancement drug. VADA is a voluntary anti-doping association that's hired by fighters, and whether it's something that's had to do with the promoters or however they decide to go about it. They're hired to do the testing. You actually pay them to test you, and the other fighter pays them to test them to make sure that, hey, to prove that I'm on the up and up. So they ain't on the take from one of the other guys. We can't be asking guys to stay clean and asking an agency to come in and test to keep everybody on the up and up. And then when somebody pops, we want to make excuses for them because we like the guy. That's not how it goes. That's why I don't have guys and all of that stuff. I'm a fan of the sport of boxing, and I'm a fan of participants in the sport based on what they display in the ring. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They get too attached to these guys, and then once something happens, they either want to defend them or blame somebody else or come up with excuses when something happens. No, that's not how it works. So, first off, people jumped out the window when he popped for that second steroid or whatever it was. I don't remember the name, but he didn't pop for it. The test said that they saw it, but further testing was required in order, you know what I'm saying? Further testing is required to confirm. They did the further testing, and it came back that he was cleared of it. People just wanted to just put out that he was popped for that second one because they already knew about the first one. When the writing said further testing was required to confirm, it didn't say he was like popped for it yet. So people just want to put things out without the facts. Now, we do know he was positive for Ostarine. I'm not about to start breaking down all this stuff that I heard about what Ostarine is. It's banned. It's a PED, okay? So I'm no expert in science, and I'm not about to compile everything I heard from Victor and all these other people who coming up. I got people just outside of their element, just throwing shit out there they don't know nothing about it, okay? One thing I do know is he tested positive for it. He tested 2 consecutive days. So they took the test from the day before and then that final day that he was tested. I do know something about having your urine collected. You piss in the vial, they split the piss between 2 vials. That's why they ask you to make sure you can piss a certain amount, because they want to be able to fill up one tube and then fill up another tube with the same sample. Not you having to go again and present, because 2 samples, they can be diluted at different concentrations and all of that based on how much you was drinking and all that stuff. So basically, you initial off, sign off on everything. You get a copy of everything. You initial off. They put the seal on one. That's the first sample. They put the seal on the other one. That's the B sample. It's the same exact urine. So they did that for 2 days every time he tested, but these are the last 2 tests that's in question. They sent off the A sample. They came back, popped for Ostarine, both of them. Okay, so as far as we know, Ryan Garcia is hot for Ostarine. All right, so now they didn't say further testing needs to be done to prove it. They know it's in there, but they're testing the B sample to make sure there wasn't like some kind of issue at the lab where they misread it. Okay. Most likely 99.9% out of 10, if they got both those tests positive from back-to-back days, these B samples are coming back hot. So now in the event that the B samples come back hot, which I'm sure they will, now we're getting into, did he take it intentionally or unintentionally? Because we know it's in there, okay? Now, for Devin Haney, either way that he fought a guy that had PEDs in his system. So regardless how anybody likes it, it's going to be a no contest. The win is coming off of Ryan Garcia's record. The loss is coming off Devin Haney's record. That's going to stand. The only thing that after the B sample comes back, the investigation starts. So that's at that point, they just want to see, did you take it on purpose, or was it in something and you didn't know? A supplement, was it not listed on the bottle? We've heard everybody talking about that. This part of it, guys, is only about his intent. If he intentionally took it or he unintentionally took it, that's on he got the burden of proof on that. None of us sitting back trying to say, oh, well, no, he got it. We don't know how he got it. You got people on channels talking about it was inside of supplement, and we watching videos of a guy that was talking about how things are contaminated. Ryan has to prove that. Right now, all we know is it was hot. Okay, so now that's just going to lean to what type of punishment he's going to get. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney still got punched in his head repeatedly by a guy on PEDs. So that loss is coming off. Now, Now it's just going to be whether he gets punished further or not. Okay, so if he intentionally took it, so people are acting like, for one, people are acting like because Devin Haney made technical flaws in the fight, that it don't matter because he still got hit with the left hook. It don't matter if he got hit with the left hook, whether he was on PDs or not. He would have still, same thing would have still happened. We know Ryan Garcia got a hell of a left hook, but we can't say that the PDs didn't matter. Two things can be true. Yes, I believe he fought the wrong fight. I believe he was goaded into fighting Ryan's fight, and I believe he had some technical flaws in that fight that I haven't seen him make. But also, Ryan Garcia had the juice in him, okay? We can't avoid that. So, you got people on Ryan's side saying it don't matter if he had juice in him or not. He still whooped his ass. Like, Ryan's fans, I don't say Ryan's fans. His fans that come from the social media following, they're not boxing people. They don't know shit about PEDs and they don't care. As long as their guy, he's their guy. As long as their guy win, they don't care. We're waiting to find out if he took it on purpose or not. And I'm hoping, as a person who has no skin in it, that he unintentionally took this. Just because for the sport of boxing and the integrity of the sport, I hope that he didn't intentionally go out and dope. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a Ryan guy, or I like Devin Haney's mentality and things that he brings to the ring and the way that he's willing to take on all the smoke. I love that about Devin, but I'm not a groupie of Devin or any of these guys. But I hope for the integrity of the sport, Ryan didn't cheat on purpose. But he's hot, guys. We can't go questioning the doping agency whether somebody slipped them a brown envelope. That's ridiculous. They already getting paid. They get paid because the guys are testing them. And I'm not going to put that on an anti-doping agency that we asking to clean up the sport, and neither should anybody else. Let's sit back and wait for the investigation to go through after the B samples come back. They'll be hot. And once they come back, we will see if Ryan is going to be punished or not punished based on what they find. And the last point is, people saying that Ryan need to take the bottles, because people really believe Ryan going to take some bottles and shit that he's been taking down there, and they're going to test those bottles. No, guys. They're going to look at the lot number on those supplements. They're going to go to the manufacturer of that. They ain't, or you know what I mean? They're going to go to the manufacturer of that, get samples of the lot, the supplements made with that lot number, and they're going to sample those. They're not going to let you bring an open bottle of shit you was taking where you could have sprinkled the shit on the pills that you had. They ain't stupid. They're not going to do that. They're going to get unopened, sealed containers. And if it got the same lot number, it means it came from the same batch, which means if it had it in it intentionally or if it was contaminated, those will be contaminated too. They were made in the same batch. That's why when stuff in the market, they get recalls. They tell the market, listen, if you have this product that has these numbers, take it all off their shelf, and you'll go into the market and the whole shelf is bare. I see it with the bag salads and all of that constantly. That's how this goes. So let's just sit back and wait, see if he did it on purpose or not, and then we can bring this whole thing to a head. Listen up, folks. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another edition of the Hurt Business 101. You know what they say. It's no business like show business. But I say it's no business like the hurt business. 101 done.